This morning, President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden are back in the nation's capital after a full day in Georgia, marking his first 100 days in office. His last stop of the day, this drive-in rally in Duluth. The president talking about his plans for free pre-K and free community college. He also touched on government subsidies for childcare, more money for families, and the effort to get more Americans vaccinated. The president and First Lady also visited their good friends, former President Jimmy Carter and wife Rosalind, in Plains, Georgia.